episode 1. What do you think?
Honestly, man, the very first thing I thought was that I really, really wanted to hate this theme song because nothing was going to beat the season 3 theme song, man. That ish slaps. But I have to give it to this theme song for season 4. It was hot. I can't even deny it, honestly.
Honestly, I'm not even into the actual song of itself. I just like the imagery they use. And, you know, by now, and especially after going on a long hiatus, trying to throw in a big word, right? Anyways, after going so long without seeing our characters, seeing them like that in that theme song, it was like, here are our boys, they're back. It's nice. It's just really nice, the scenery they use to support the background music or the theme music.
Look at this guy getting all artistic with the detail. I respect it.
You know, after editing videos, and remember, I was in drama in high school, I do have appreciation for the arts and why people choose what they choose as far as media goes. I do look at it a little bit differently than, you know, a regular person who's just watching. Like, sometimes when I'm watching with my wife, I'm like, wow, I mean, the song was perfect. And she's just like, what? Doesn't care. But I do. The genius minds behind it all, man. You have to show appreciation for it.
I get that.
Yeah.
On a side note for this, as we dive in with this sort of investigative journalism, I have to think to myself as I'm watching them try to figure out who All Might's successor is. Deku is like the only character, like the only anime protagonist of every show I've watched that he continues to be my favorite character on a show.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, because what it is for me is I don't want to like Deku. He's against every top tier, you know, anime character that's a favorite of mine, which would be Vegeta, Seto Kaiba, Madara, or I always pronounce his name wrong, Madara, okay? Tobirama. I always like the bad people, okay? But what I like about Deku is he starts off a whiny brat, which I don't like. Like, I don't like that he's a whiny brat, okay? But he's a real kid, you know, with real emotions and real feelings and valid reasons for why he's always crying all the time. This is a kid who doesn't have a natural quirk, and then now he has one, and he looks up to people, and then most of the world's population actually has a quirk. And, you know, I used to take care of kids as a profession, so I just can't help but, you know, the kid grows on me. So that's my thing with Deku. I haven't identified a favorite. It actually probably would be All Might, even though he's fading out as the traditional hero sense.
It's your turn next.
Yeah, because All Might, I got more to say. All Might is what he does for me. Now, this might be a little bit more personal. Is even though All Might is in pain, he has to always smile. And that's what he always does. And I think that speaks to a lot of people. You know, you have to face the day with a smile no matter how you feel. That's why I like All Might. And I don't think there will be a character that can replace what he's doing for me.
The reason I like Deku so much, Izuku Midoriya, if you will. The reason I like him so much is because it's very much... Well, you put yourself into superheroes. That's what we do. We look at superheroes and we see, wow, that could be just like me if we lived in a world like that. And I very much feel like that way about Deku. Because, you know, as a kid, I had heart problems. I couldn't do athletic things like other kids.
Wow.
And even when I was given the green light, my habits had already formed by the time I got into high school. I just didn't really care. So you don't want to be athletic like other kids. You want to, you know, show off and show up and just do things and be someone special. And watching Deku, who just wants to be just like everybody else, seeing him in that perspective makes me think, wow, I know that feel. I feel that life. That's that same energy, you know? Wow.
Actually, I've known you since 4th grade, and I haven't heard that side of you. And man, you hit. I knew all those things about you, but to say it in such a way and identify with the character, wow, you actually pulled on my heartstrings, man. Wow. Yeah, that's deep.
And then they say, YaBoyRockLee's heart grew 3 sizes that day.
again, because people don't know what anime can do for people.
That's
From an adult's perspective, oftentimes, or a mature perspective, people that think they're cool are like, these are kids' cartoons, and you just really, really nailed what it does for you. Obviously, I'm in sales as a profession, and sometimes that beats me down, and that's why I like All Might, and hearing how you like Deku, that is amazing.
So you're gonna give me your quirk, right? So you're gonna take me under your wing, right? And call me Smoochie, young Smoochie.
Remember, my original characters are Seto, Kaiba, Vegeta. I'm not one to give my power away. I just happen to like All Might's personality.
Ruthless. So. Ruthless and savage. Can't ask this man for nothing. This guy wouldn't give me a dime.
Now, back to the episode. Back to the episode. Did you realize how fast these people figured out who Deku was and his relation to All Might?
That
was scary fast.
No, I do not accept that reporter Taneo figuring out who All Might's successor was. My man literally sat by the window, said, I know who All Might's successor is, but it's from years of investigative journalism. As he watches All Might give Deku food and talk to him as the only student. No, I don't accept. No.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that that's the single moment that allowed him to figure out that Deku and All Might have the relation? So are you saying it's not about skill? It was just like, duh.
I'm just watching the interaction. It's borderline comedic timing for this ultra serious reporter to say years of investigative journalism has led me to this point when he's just watching All Might and Deku minding their own business, having this mentor to student moment. I brought you a food, and remember, it's your turn next. And then All Might quickly catches himself, and well, it's all your turns. Come on, man! You didn't do anything. It just literally fell into your lap.
But remember, years of investigating or investigative reporting led him to that moment, led him to be there to even witness All Might and Deku.
No.
Yes, had he not listen. Had he not narrowed down that it would be Deku or even go to UA Academy, he would not have even witnessed it. And even before that scene, he was like, it has to be Deku. So now he just needed something to confirm what he was already thinking, and that was it. It was just handed to him. But at least he earned it. He worked up to that point.
I guess. I suppose he earned it in his own way. Also, his character design is kind of creepy with the whole one-eye one-eye pupil, I should say. One-eye pupil is kind of lightish and the other is kind of darkish, so it kind of gave him a sort of villainous vibe.
I was thinking he was a villain too. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't know where it was gonna go.
Same energy, same mood. Dude just seemed like he was out of pocket from jump. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was hoping that we would start off with action right from the jump, but again, I have a hard time remembering anime characters' names, and I get made fun of it all the time for my pronunciation. That being said, it's been a long time, since watching the anime, and now seeing it come right back. Mm-hmm. This episode was an opportunity to, remind everyone what's happened, set the tone. All Might is fading out. This kid is next, and there is hope. Because I've been really wondering, what are they going to do without seeing All Might in his glorious fashion anymore? What are they going to do? And the show has told me, don't worry about it, YaBoyRockLee. There's still hope. So I was like, you know what? I appreciate that. And it's also, just a good starting point to launch everything that we're about to see. So I'm actually pleased.
Yeah, I see a lot of people talking about how it was an episode recap. That wasn't a recap, man. It's kind of a palate cleanser, if you will. Anyone who would be watching this show from this season on, being like, I don't know what to do. You just be like, oh, just watch this episode right here, season 4. You're all caught up. Great, good, got it. Let's go.
That's
simply put.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I must say that I did find the reporter and Deku, I kind of felt that was a little creepy, the way he just grabbed him and took that picture real quick. But I get sensitive when I see scenes like that. So that might just be me, but I didn't like that scene.
I mean,
a little too close.
You and his girl. She was having kind of a moment there.
She was. She was having a Sakura moment from the shadows, seeing that she's getting left behind, and the reporter took note in Deku. What makes Deku so special? That's what that scene was doing.
Don't compare this anime's best girl to Sakura. Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that. You ain't got to.
Why?
You ain't got to do that. I'm just saying.
Who do you feel is being insulted? Gravity Girl or Sakura? I think I know your answer.
You know everyone listening to this knows my answer.
You guys feel like Gravity Girl is being insulted, and I'm actually one of the few people who is Team Sakura. I do not think she's trash. I just happen to think she's on the nastiest team in the show. So whenever there's that comparison, yeah, she looks trash, but she's with the Hokage and the Shadow Kage, so to speak. So that's another story, but that's why I'm not against Sakura. She's not trash. She's a fair comparison.
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to insult Sakura. She deserves a chance. Her and RockLee humanize. Anyway, let's not get off topic. Also, I just want to say, I love the fact that Bakugo has his own goons in the form of Denki and Kirishima.
Why?
Like, they're just always around him. They've made friends with him, or as much as he can have friends. Like, it's nice to see he has his own goons, man. Deku has his goons.
Deku's goons is pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, actually, never mind. So
yeah, everyone is his group, and then Bakugo has his I guess his small little elite team where they go off together and they take care of the side portion of the big mission. That's really what I'm getting out of this.
Because they have patience, man. At the end of the day, they just have an incomprehensible amount of patience to deal with this man's just violent temper.
And I think they're inspired by it. Remember, he came off as supposed to be like the baddest or most powerful kid, of that class. That's what people were expecting. So I just think it's just that they look up to that. That's how I think it formed.
I can.
Think about it. We have childhood friends, and weren't always the nicest of friends. But there's some trait, some alpha trait that they have, and you just want a part of that. That's why you associate. I don't even want to say any names.
You ain't gonna say any names. This guy just is gonna hold his peace. All right, fam. Do you? But that was the first episode. More sense. It's not much to talk about, I guess you could say.
Nah, there really isn't much. That's why we're going up on the tangents, But it's just nothing too deep has happened. It's a clean palette, as you would say, and now we're just looking forward to what the season's going to unroll, and they haven't disappointed yet. So I know they're gonna deliver. Yeah,
it was more than filler. It was less than story driven. It was a palate cleanser, as you'd say. Also, random aside, speaking of off tangents, I love the fact that Izawa, Eraserhead, for all of you, is basically Japanese Batman.
Yes!
Basically Japanese Batman. Like, if you watch Young Justice or anything like that, you are basically watching Batman training all these kids.
Yeah, that is exactly what's happening. And the interesting part of it is the hero who you would perceive as Superman is just going to be non-existent at this point. I don't read the mangas. I don't know what they're going to do with him in the future if they are, but I just think that's interesting.
It is very interesting, especially because if you follow comics at all, you know that usually a lot of storylines after the quote-unquote death of Superman, Batman came up with a lot of contingents, a lot of ideas. It's been brought up in comics a few times that, like, many superheroes after Superman died, like, they had to get smarter, or they had to do this, or they had to do that. They had to learn to repair.
Yeah, it just makes sense because you have to fill in the void. Otherwise, you guys are going to lose.
Yeah. simply put.
All right, man. So what do you before we wrap it up? What are you thinking is going to happen? How do you see this season unfolding from episode 1?
Well, I don't have a good perception on this. I know a few things, but for our anime only watchers, I'm not going to spoil anything. All I can say is pay attention to the guy who looks like he's a cross between a plague doctor and a cosplayer.
You read the manga by any chance?
I skim. I don't get a lot of chances to
you're
read
a skimmer.
these days. I do skim. I admittedly skim. It's come since Bleach. Bleach caused me to start skimming manga.
Oh yeah.
Those final chapters were atrocious. Sorry, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. I started skimming through Naruto after a while. I just wanted to know what was gonna happen. In the final battle, it dragged out too long, and I was like, I just want to know what's gonna happen. So I started skimming through.
True.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. It's your boy YaBoyRockLee and Smoochie. It's gonna take me a while to accept this name, but
Smoochie Wallace.
Make sure you. What's that?
Smoochie Wallace, man.
Make sure you guys follow the links in the description. Appreciate you guys. What you got?
Deuce.
All right.